Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we are going to be making a 4x6 cinched little mini album with the new Postcards and Passports collection from Layle By Mail. Hopefully the video is up already before this with my first project, which was a 12x12 using the paper collection, and then the icons and word icons, and then there's other sets that were released also this month in May. So we're going to make like ephemera bits and put a book together. I just have this one out as an example because this is like the size, and we're obviously going to cinch it like I mentioned, and make the pages available to be a document, like a mini documenter or mini album for summer adventures is my thought process. The collection, as you can see, is so bright and fun, right? The colorway is really up my alley, which is why I like it. And even this tag paste of paper, as well as the cut apart back here, I wanted to do something very interactive with all these elements, because I feel like even if we go to like the water park or just a day at the pool or a park and I snap a photo, that the memories can go in like one little isolated mini book, which would be fun for the summer. Plus, though, I also already have like a 6x8 one ready to go that I did actually purchase from Layle By Mail, because she is going, my daughter, 7 now, is going to Chicago for 3 weeks to be with her cousins for that amount of time. So I had that one separate just for Chicago. But anything with me and us home, I wanted something, and I wanted to use this collection. So my whole premise is to make it still a 4x6, and I do still like the vertical layout, because most of the photos, let's be honest, are always taken on our phone and they're always vertically oriented. But it doesn't, hurt to switch the album to be on the opposite side. But in order to get a lot of like 3x4s in there, I just felt like this was like a good size. So this is kind of my example. I did this one probably already a year ago, and I haven't filled it in completely, because it was supposed to be like everything I love, like things I love album. But I had things already like auditioned out, because I see pieces here like already ready to go. Like see, like I was like love, and then a little bouquet when I read Fourth Wing last year. This one was ready to go with her in her Halloween costume. So there's things ready to go. I still had this on my mind, just never completed it. So I'm going to walk you through. So my head so far, I'm cutting these tags down because I feel like I'm going to make a bunch of tuck spots. These I'm also going to cut down because I feel like these will also be good for flip ups, like to make some things interactive so that we can see these colors. So these two we're just going to cut down. And then for the rest of the papers, we're going to be cutting out that's a double one of that. So I'll hold that one on the side just in case I need more tags. So we're going to make a bunch of 4x6 pages and decide the order. And then I do have my cinch machine right here ready to go. And I just have the classic mini cinch. I don't have the one that can take out and do different holes. It's just a classic cinch, which is fine. And then we'll put it in order, and maybe, you know what I'm thinking too? Maybe to have like a flip out page. So maybe cut one that's going to be down and then I flip it out. So that could be cool too. Yeah, all of these I want to use. These are leftover bits from my first project. Yeah. All right. So let's get cutting these down. And then this is all for the embellishments and title pieces that we'll make. So let's get cutting. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so the first step for me was cutting down some of these cut apart pages, because I knew I wanted to use them as actual pages, because there are some that look like postcards, and then other ones I wanted to leave like a little booklet so that there was a folding page in between. I did that a couple times as well, and then here I was kind of auditioning those out because I was like, those can make a good pocket, because I just like that orange polka dot pattern. And so, as I cut some at 4x6, I keep on going back to like, what order do I want? And some of them I wanted to keep like a whole, what do you call it? Like the same paper, pattern paper across the left and the right side. So I did that with like the very like full of icons. And you can see right there, I cut one to like it was 6 high and then 8. So 6x8, so that I could have a fold down the center vertically. And you can just see every time I think of, okay, I have this one folded, what will look good on the opposite side. And that's how I just kind of went with it. Then this one right there, I made a little kind of page that had a tuck spot with just like an inch of a hangover and used my scoreboard. So I kept in mind to have, as best I could, something interactive or a tuck spot or a flip out on every single page. Now that's a valiant leap too, because I don't know how I kept it all straight, but somehow I did. And even putting some of those cut apart pages as actual pages, because they look like postcards, which is just so darling in the collection too. So you can see that one I probably cut at 4x12, and that way I cut it, folded it in half so that it was a flip up motion right there. So you can see I'm auditioning out some of those cut aparts, and I'm like, okay, this will look really good here. For the ones that flipped up, I had to keep in mind that I had to leave room for the cinch holes. So I cut like a little, you know, ½ inch off of it so that the cinch, what do you call it, like the punch of the cinch wouldn't keep that flap from not interacting going up. So just keep that in mind when you give that page a try as well. I do make two, I want to say there's two, there might be three. Well, both the front and back cover I made into like little tuck folders so that you can add in something along the vertical side. And then a few folders I also make two belly band kind of areas too, where one of these cut apart 3x4 cards will tuck behind it. And in the end, I know that belly band one, I have the little icons that say like arrival and departure on it. So that was really cute to use those for it, and just definitely had like contrasting colors so that they pop. So I think it was like a pink belly band on one, and then I used like the apple green interactive card, and then the opposite for the other side. So you'll see it on the final flip through. I do final flip through at the end. So here I am just getting that order. With the tags and stuff, I think at one point I do have a few of the 3x4 cards become little pages as well, just so that there was some page variety. That was also a nice little trick that I did. There's the belly bands I was doing. And then the tags, I used all of them. I used a whole 12x12 worth, so all of those tags are utilized in this little book. They all become either tuck spots or interactive pages where they either flip up or flip out, and definitely made use of those. I just love all the tags. I love the variety in them too. Because some of them are just like a normal tag, some of them have I don't even know how to describe the different tag shapes, but there's some variety, and I just love the colors because clearly in collections they always have to match with the same color pattern, so it just works effortlessly when you do mini albums like this with one collection. So at this point, if you're familiar with a cinch machine, you do have to take your time with this thing. There was a learning curve with the little like lock in place things that come with it, and how to start it at the top of the page based on the length of it. So this is not a tutorial on how to use the cinch. I just already have it like familiar in my head, and where I mark it and where I don't mark it, and then how I lock it and then keep on going. In order to have that coil attach effortlessly. Believe me, there are plenty, if you need cinch machine guidance, there are plenty of YouTube videos on it. This one is just not it. I'm just really showing you how I became, the album in general. If you know the cinch machine, you know, that's all I did. And then, but if you need help with the cinch, just put it in the YouTube search bar, and there are plenty of them available. And so there's my order, and then you just kind of squeeze it shut by the back part, and voila. I should really keep this device out, to be more visible, because I have forgotten about it a lot, and it's so fun. Like, you can just make little books all the time, So then I have this postage stamp kind of die cut. Believe it or not, I think I got this one on Amazon, I want to say. Or was it a cherry on top? I honestly don't know. I did get it and then forgot about it because, again, the mess on my desk, if you know me as a crafter. So I will make a postage stamp for the front cover. But now it's time to embellish. So I just, as you can see, just scattered all the pieces in both of those ephemera packs onto my desk. This is the icon pack, and I think it's like word art or title pieces is the other pack. They are both still available on the website. And I just dished them all out and was able to just play with the colors and stuff and how I wanted photos to be present on each one. I simply use index cards for my photo placements. If you have scrap paper, even like copy paper would have worked well. I just happen to have a bunch of index cards that I just constantly cut down to indicate what I needed. And, you know, most of it is just kind of auditioning it out. If you're ever familiar with making a mini book, you know, some word pieces work good if you want a, you know, a small photo, and some work better on other pages when you have larger photos. So this, like I said, was just an audition an audition kind of thing. You can see me move things around. Do I like it there? And then I kind of turn the page and, you know, hold its spot for a little bit. I will be honest, I was scared to stick down anything on my initial thought, because I was constantly like, well, I haven't flipped through the whole book and I need to see if it looks good on any other pages before I glue it down. But for this part, after like halfway through, or not to say I had already like decision fatigue, but in a way it was decision fatigue, that afterwards I was just like, you know what, Ty, we're just going to stick it down, we're going to love it, and we're going to see where it comes, and if we have to take anything off. So the only thing I would say is that I use light adhesive, and we can rearrange it, but you better commit to your choices, girl, you know. And so I made efforts here and there. You can see where I you know, pause for a minute in order to make something interactive, and then create like maybe a little tab up, or to indicate that it does flip up. So this part was just fun. And honestly, if you're an OG to my channel, you know that I always tell you that when I'm doing projects like this, something that's not to say repetitive, you know, I was most likely listening to an audiobook. This is how I get so much reading done. And granted, people will argue audiobooks is not reading, but you know what? In my book, in my world, it is reading, because I listen to an audiobook while doing this. I'll listen to an audiobook while folding laundry. It's just my jam, and I almost prefer it at this point in my life than music. Like, I do obviously still love music, but when it comes to this, I think it requires a little bit concentration to hear the, you know, the plot of the story, and I can do this. Maybe that's just some training, because don't get me wrong, my sister, she cannot bear an audiobook where I can. So yeah, audiobook, and then kind of have fun and spend some creative time. I always find I'm most creative at night. I know that might be backwards for some people, but as soon as I put my daughter to bed and she's in bed and I've already showered and I'm most likely in jammies, I put on an audiobook and I get to creating for an hour or so before I, you know, zonk off to bed. And that's my self-care, and I try to do it a little bit every day. So I truly hope everyone out there has something creative to do a little bit every day before they go to bed. And so, yeah, I do use the guts out of this collection and kit. I probably only have like 2 pieces of paper left and a few icons that I consolidated into one of the packs, because I used a lot. Folks. This album is definitely a cutie. It shows off the whole collection very nicely. And like I said, I stamp Spring Break. You'll see me stamp Spring Break for the cover once I'm done with this part. But if you do something similar, you can take this 4x6. It could fit in most bags. So if you like want to use it just for all the journaling bits, like to write down all of like, you know, where you did, what you did, and then later on worry about photo printing, that would be great. Or keep it home all the time and print out just a little photo of the day, you know, could also be a nice thing. In the collection, there was also like stamps that had like day 1, day 2, day 3. That would really work good. And there was also another stamp set released with this collection that was like the word art. So kind of the things that you see on the icon pack with like the vacation mode and travel lodge and road trip, that was also a stamp set. So you could use those repeatedly too if you do something similar. So there's so many ways you can do it, even if you just stay local, you know, like summer breaks do not need to have like bucket list items every day. The everyday barbecue and popsicles in the backyard are also significant to memory keep as well. At least it is for me. I like to document the big things as well as the small moments too. So this is the new alpha set. It's the Murphy Alpha that's also available with this new release. It's a fun set, and today I was just stamping out Summer Break. I wish it came with the number set, would be the only thing, and then making it to look like that little passport stamp as well with that die cut that I showed you earlier. And then I am truly using like the last bits of the tiniest little icons to decorate my title page, because once I had the big postage stamp with my title, a lot of the bigger ones didn't fit anymore, but it turned out adorable. Okay, that will finish off my little album, Spring Break. I wish this alpha, when I was stamping this, came with a number, because that, you know, that would have been good to have like the year on it too, to occupy some of that space. But it is beautiful nonetheless. Let me scooch this over and do a quick flip through. We have plenty of space for photos. We even have some tuck spots. We have this little open out, this flip over. Oh, it's so cute. This little tuck spot with 2 areas for photos. A flip up. More photos, another flip up. It's so cute. Tons of photos, you know, and if you don't put the photos where I kind of designated, you can definitely keep some more journaling. Here's this area too, in this little double envelope, little pocket. This flips up. These are 2 belly bands. This opens, and this opens, so a double open. That's cute. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. These are the tags. So if you got your hands on this Postcards and Passports collection, you can really have tons of fun showing off all of the things you do for travel. And I just simply took it another step forward and made it a little cinch memory decks for summer break. So anything that we do for summer break will go in here. Thank you so much for joining me. I will leave all the links down below so that you can shop easily. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. It always helps my channel be seen by new people. And until next time, everyone, bye.